90-Day Fiancé. The Single Life mid-season teaser has drama, romance, and surprises. Kim catches the eye of a new love interest, Sophie has a hot new man in the mix, and Pedro definitely has some thoughts about it, and Gino finally meets Natalie's daughter, but it doesn't exactly go smoothly. Colt is feeling torn and unsure about his next move, and which woman he should pursue. And Vanya starts to wonder if her friend Tony is really the same guy as her boyfriend Tony. Tune in Monday nights on TLC. 90-Day The Single Life. Colt's mom Debbie asks Courtney to take Colt back. Sophie asks for space, Vanya betrays Tony. 90-Day The Single Life featured Colt Johnson's mother Debbie trying to fix his broken relationship with Courtney Reardon's, Sophie Sierra asking Pedro Jimeno for space again, and Tony feeling betrayed by Vanya Gerbich during the Season 5 episode that aired Monday night on TLC. The fifth season cast of 90-Day The Single Life includes Colt Johnson, a 39-year-old from Florida, Courtney Reardon's, a 34-year-old from Florida, Gino Palazzolo, a 56-year-old from Michigan, Kim Menzies, a 55-year-old from California, and Liz Woods, a 33-year-old from Washington. The show also stars Pedro Jimeno, a 34-year-old from Georgia, Sophie Sierra, a 26-year-old from Texas, and Vanya Gerbich, a 42-year-old from Florida. TLC previously teased that Season 5 will deliver raw emotion, unexpected twists, and the messy reality of finding love after heartbreak. Below is what happened on Episode 8 of 90-Day The Single Life's fifth season. Colt and Courtney. Courtney had broken up with Colt a few days prior, and he was living in a motel ever since. Since Colt hit rock bottom in his life, he called his mother Debbie, who traveled all the way from Canada to save the day for her son. Debbie flew to Florida with her boyfriend Tony, and Colt hadn't seen his mother in 6 months. "I don't think she has a lot of confidence in my ability to take care of myself," Colt admitted in a confessional. Colt explained to his mother how Courtney was very upset, sad and disappointed in him for sending photos of his private parts to another woman while staying in her parents' home. Colt admitted he had a history of running from woman to woman, but he truly loved Courtney. "Courtney is not going to take me back," Colt noted. Debbie told Colt that she'd be willing to talk to Courtney, woman to woman, and try to convince her to give him another chance. Debbie said she went through something similar a long time ago. "If I make her realize that how Colt feels, and he really does care about her, I think I can break through that barrier and convince her to try again," Debbie told the cameras. Courtney had gotten to know Debbie over the past few months via FaceTime, and so when Debbie arrived at her house in Florida, the women seemed comfortable around each other. Courtney's father said he had lost all respect for Colt, and Courtney's mother, who apparently never cursed, said Colt could see in his own nest for all she cared. Courtney explained to Debbie and her boyfriend how she could never trust Colt again, but Debbie pointed out how Colt really loved her and swore he'd never do this again. "He's going to keep doing it," Courtney argued. Debbie suggested that Courtney and Colt could spend some time alone together for a few days to work it all out, but Courtney called Colt lost and confused. "I'm not going to be an option in his love triangle. He had me and he lost me," Courtney announced. Courtney told the cameras that Debbie was an enabler who would always have her son's back, even when he was clearly wrong. "I don't even know if Debbie believes the words that are coming out of her mouth, like, 'Oh, he learned his lesson after the 100th time he's done this to a woman?'" Courtney vented in a confessional. Courtney stated she was done with Colt, and her parents said they were very proud of her. Courtney's parents also felt betrayed and said Colt had taken advantage of their hospitality. Debbie apologized for the way things had turned out, and then Courtney's family showed her out. "There is no world in which I get back with Colt. I've pretty much been a full-time nurse for this lying, cheating piece of SHT. I need Debbie to take over now so I can just move on," Courtney concluded. Sophie and Pedro. Sophie was still upset because she had a crazy first meeting with Pedro's mother Lydia and sister Nicole. Using a plantain joke, Lydia had announced how Sophie would have no question about her feelings for Pedro after having sex with the Dominican man. And Nicole had accused Sophie of making Pedro suffer. Sophie thought it was weird how involved Pedro's relatives were in his love life, And tension escalated once Nicole suggested that Sophie's mother didn't really love her because she wasn't as involved in Sophie's affairs. Nicole didn't think she had done anything wrong by asking Sophie to explain her intentions with Pedro. Nicole decided that evening on her birthday that Sophie was not the woman for her brother. Sophie ended up swearing about the women in Pedro's life, which rubbed Pedro the wrong way. It was misunderstood that I said, "You're F-king mom." I didn't say, "FCK your mom," Sophie explained in a confessional of her apparent language barrier with Pedro. "I've been nothing but respectful to your mom, who has been disrespecting me the whole entire night." Sophie insisted to Pedro that she had never insulted her mother. I had a flashback to all of the horrible things my ex-wife Chantel Everett said about my family, and I don't want to go through that again. I thought that Sophie was different, but I was wrong about that, Pedro told the cameras. Sophie kept insisting that she was nothing but respectful to Lydia, but Pedro angrily sent her and Julia packing. "This is why he's going to be single forever," Sophie lamented to Julia in the van. Sophie thought it was a turnoff that Pedro wasn't standing up for her, and she firmly stated that she did not act like Chantel around his family. Sophie said she was going to allow Pedro to sleep in her bed after Nicole's birthday party, but the family drama ruined everything. "It's weird, but they CCK blocked him," Sophie told the cameras of Nicole and Lydia. Sophie told Pedro that if the women in his family continued to act like that, he'd never end up in a happy and successful relationship with someone. Pedro acknowledged his family could be a lot, but he didn't want to lose her, and Sophie apologized for making him believe she had disrespected his family. "And I should have been more chill with Nicole," Sophie confessed. "This is our first trip as a couple, and it's a big deal," Vanya told the cameras. Vanya admitted Sunila could be very critical of the men she dated, but she hoped Sunila would see that Tony was the right person for her. Before Tony arrived, Vanya told Sunila that she wanted to sleep in a separate bedroom from Tony due to her stance on celibacy. She had yet to talk to him about this or warn him about the sleeping arrangement. Vanya then revealed to Sunila that Tony had taken her out for dinner one night, only to go to another bar and a club by himself afterward. "I was livid," Vanya recalled, and he was trying to defend it like it was completely normal. Sunila said that wasn't appropriate and Tony seemed to be looking for something else. And Vanya, who said she was tired of dating playboys, agreed Tony's behavior didn't make sense unless he was trying to pick up another woman at the bar. "When it comes to people I love, I don't hold back. I think Vanya's standards used to be pretty high, but recently, just looking at her past couple of relationships, I think she can do much better. I'm not sure Tony is her person," Sunila explained in a confessional. Sunila told Vanya that she was going to ask Tony some questions once he arrived and kick his ass. That night, when Tony arrived, everyone sat outside by a fire, and then Sunila started firing questions at him. After asking Tony about his failed marriage and lack of communication in that relationship, she brought up Tony's decision to go to a bar alone after having a dinner date with Vanya. Vanya was hoping Sunila could get to the bottom of things, and Sunila certainly tried to. Sunila asked Tony if he wanted a long-term relationship with Vanya, or was just looking to have fun. Tony said it wasn't a big deal that he went to a bar alone, but Sunila pointed out how another girl could have approached him. "You're worried I'm a player. Is that what you're getting at?" Tony asked. "Yeah, you had a girlfriend living with you and then you were hanging out with Vanya. If I were that girlfriend, I would be pissed," Sunila said. Tony claimed he and Vanya were just friends at the time, but Sunila wasn't buying it. Sunila also thought Tony was overly defensive. Tony couldn't believe Sunila had given him the third degree after only spending an hour together. "Honestly, I feel betrayed by Vanya because I feel like she's told her a lot about my past. And now Sunila is using it against me," Tony lamented in a confessional. Once Vanya returned to the fire with dessert, Tony excused himself from the gathering, saying he was exhausted and had a really long day. "I just need to get out of here," Tony vented. Vanya decided to go inside with Tony, who admitted he felt assaulted by Sunila's line of questioning. Vanya then revealed that she was going to sleep upstairs in a different room. She had planned to talk to Tony about her celibacy, but since he was angry and shutting down, she decided it wasn't the best time to have that conversation. Vanya was upset her trip had gotten off to such a bad start. and she worried this tension between Tony and Sunila wasn't going to subside anytime soon. And that's not the half of it. Something happened with Tony today that I'm not even ready to share with Sunila yet, Vanya teased. Kim Menzies. Kim and her son Jamal were shown picking up Larry for a fun day in San Diego. Kim had put Larry up for adoption when he was young, and she also had a daughter whom she put up for adoption. Kim gushed about how the energy between Larry and Jamal was endearing and fun. They already had brotherly love between them, and Larry even expressed to his little brother, "I love you." I love you too," Jamal replied. Kim explained to Jamal and Larry how she wanted to find her daughter. Since Kim had agreed to a closed adoption in the past, however, she didn't even know her daughter's name or location. "But there is a possibility she may not want to see me," Kim noted. "She might be angry, and I'm preparing my mental state for that." Kim hoped to fly her daughter out to San Diego so they could all get to know one another. She said that would be a dream come true for her. As for the worst-case scenario, it's not the fact that she won't talk to me. It's either that she's not living or she needed me for something and I wasn't there for her, Kim shared in a confessional. "I wouldn't be able to live with myself. And if I can't make peace with my past, I don't know if I'll ever find love and happiness, which is something I've been looking for my entire life."